All right. What's up, Frenzy Head Nation? It's that time of the week again. It's Coach Cole. How's everybody doing? It's time for the Sports Frenzy Season 10, Episode 4. Yes, we're on the fourth episode of Sports Frenzy of the season already, and I hope you guys have enjoyed us coming back to you and having as much fun as I am right now. So how's everybody's week been? It's been a busy week. I always say that, though, because it is. It's always a busy week on my end. And there's been, we'll see. I don't even know. Well, there's some stuff going on in sports. We'll see what's going on towards the end of the show. But first things first, if you have not already done so, if you haven't already seen the weekend wrap-up, then please go to you can go to the Facebook page and check it out, or you can go to Coach Cole Sports Frenzy 1 YouTube page and check it out. And all the rest of you that view the show in my schools and classrooms, the link is below. You want to check that out before you watch this part of the show, because that's our what we call the old recap version of the show. And so I try to do that. I repeat myself every week on this for viewers that might be new. I try to do the Sunday night. We try to do the weekend wrap up on Sunday nights now, especially for my friends and family at the Hope Center who get to do a recap show on Monday. And that's all right for all my classrooms who don't get a chance to do a recap show on Monday. That's why I include it in the link below and the email address for you guys. So, yes, make sure you check out the weekend wrap-up to find out all the stuff before the end of the show, or before you start the new show. Yeah, I'll get it right eventually. I rehearse that, and then I screw it up as soon as I go live. Anyway, we got another big week for you guys of football action this week. And then I do believe, I haven't looked too far ahead yet, NHL hockey will be making its return on our next set of sheets. So, yes, exciting time in sports. Let's get our sheets. Get the sheets out, get everything ready to roll here for you guys. I feel like there's something else I want to tell you that I'm not thinking of right now. Oh, I sent this out in the email to my classrooms, but I'll say it out loud on the live video as for you guys to hear for the Friday people that watch the show on the video. My classroom has a half day tomorrow. I have an afternoon of meetings. So if you guys can get the sheets over to me in the morning, before end of the morning sometime, that'll be great. If you can't, that's all right too. You can always get them to me on Monday, because our meeting is off campus, so I won't be there for the afternoon session like I normally am when you guys bring your stuff over to me. All right. With that being said, let's get into episode 4 of season 10 for you guys. And we have lots of high school football action going on again. I think we've just about come to the halfway point of high school football action. We are on week 5 of football action. And already I see a typo on my first game of the week, and we'll talk about that in just a second here. Well, let's go ahead and get we'll start with the picks. High school football action. All games are at 7 p.m. unless otherwise marked. These are pretty much all Friday night games. It's high school. That's when they mostly play, unless there's some kind of weather delay or something like that. But anyway, I have this completely reversed of what it's supposed to be. And I had on my sheets, both teams are the home team. So there can only be one home team. And that one home team this week is the 3 wins and 1 loss Addison Panthers. Yes, the Panthers. I'm talking about those Panthers. Wow. Who would have thought they'd be 3-1? Only 1 loss on the season at this point. And I think they could come away with another victory this week. Also, this is homecoming for Addison. And unfortunately, I don't think as an alumnus I'm going to make it this year to homecoming. So, yeah, sorry about that, Addison fans that were looking forward to having Coach Coe and the show out at Addison. I don't think, unfortunately, due to my schedule, I don't think we're going to make it out there this year. And I don't really think they're going to miss me anyway. All right, they are playing the East Jackson Trojans, and the reason why I'm saying that Panthers will come away victorious is because the East Jackson Trojans, they haven't won a game at all this year. So this would probably be the team that this would be another win for the Addison Panthers. Here's food for thought, you guys. The Panthers have only, well, okay, you can look at this from 2 perspectives. The Panthers' 1 loss was to the going strong and playing very good Britton Deerfield. That was their 1 loss on the season. So you could take away 2 things from this. Either they haven't played any very good teams this season, and the teams that are very good that they play, they can't beat. I'm sorry. That's going to get me into trouble right there because they hate it when I talk trash about the Panthers. But I'm an alumnus. I feel like I can. And we used to all the time before. I don't know what happened to the Panther world that everybody is so upset when you trash talk them anymore. Anyway, yes, the only team they have lost to this season was Britton Deerfield, and Britton Deerfield is showing that they're actually a pretty decent team this year. Instead of rambling on anymore about that, I've got the Addison Panthers for the victory. Okay. Our next game, we have the Dexter Dreadnoughts. Dexter has 3 wins and 1 losses. 3 wins and 1 loss, not losses, because they only have 1 loss. And again, I'm not 100% sure these are all accurate games, as so far the crazy schedules have been completely turned around from what I usually say they are. So I apologize in advance for those of you who think, oh yeah, I got a home game tonight, and it ends up being away, because it just shows that on my schedule. So I'm sorry about that. But they are traveling to and playing, if this ends up being true, the 0 wins and 4 losses, the Adrian Maples. This is going to be my week to tick people off, apparently. I think it's just okay, Adrian. I've been nice to you guys this entire season. Because I have 2 classes that support two rooms that watch Sports Frenzy that are in Adrian. So I'm about to get myself in some deep doo-doo with Paulson's room and probably Bowman's room. But here's truth be told, I'm gonna call him out about it because he don't care. He wouldn't care about being called out about it. He would totally admit to doing it. Coach Randolph had a talk with me, I think it was last week, and he goes, "What were you thinking? How can you pick Adrian?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, you know." So we had a long conversation about me trying to pump up Adrian this year. Well, I've drawn the line. I'm done, guys. You didn't beat the rivalry game. You didn't win against Tecumseh. I thought you guys could at least get it done there, but you didn't. I know. Here comes the booze. Here comes the hate mail. Here comes the throwing things at Coach Co. The Ban Coach Co. program. Get Sports Frenzy off the air now because he no longer supports Adrian. But I still love my classrooms. Don't get me wrong. I still love your guys' support. I'm just not seeing. I'm not seeing the light at the end of the rainbow for Adrian. I got to give Dexter the win. No hype video for Adrian this week from me. I know. Here it comes. Everybody knows how to get a hold of Coach Cole. Suddenly, Coach Cole has crossed the line and become the enemy. It's like when Hulk Hogan turned evil on the NWO. Changed to the NWO back in the WCW days. And I've just shocked the world by not picking Adrian, except for a few people that kind of know me. All right. Hey, Lemonade's on the show again this week. Always got that tasty lemonade. That gets me out of trouble every time. Not. This is just a single bottle kind. Not that I promote any products or anything on the show, and nobody promotes me. So, but got this as a single bottle from Country Market, one I hadn't seen before. So yeah, if you're interested in trying a different kind of lemonade, this is the one I tried from Country Market. Not too bad, pretty good stuff. All right. Our next game this week, we have the Dundee Vikings. The Vikings have 4 wins and 1 loss. They are traveling to and playing the never underestimated and playing darn good, the Blissfield Royals. The Royals have 3 wins and 1 loss. I could have possibly made this a 3-point bonus game this week. Because this could be a very good game. Again, the Royals cannot be underestimated. They did pull an upset against my Columbia Central Golden Eagles. So I'm going to give Blissfield the win this week. Got a feeling that Dundee just might get cocky and underestimate them. And that brings us to our next game, which is the team I was talking about just a few minutes ago. Talking about the Britton Deerfield. The Britton Deerfield Patriots. Sometimes I forget who they are. The Britton Deerfield Patriots, the surprise team of the season. Britton Deerfield has 3 wins and 1 loss, and they have not had a winning season, I read somewhere, since it was either 2010 or 2011. So it's been a while. This should be a good game this week as well. They are traveling to and playing against the Sand Creek Aggies. The Aggies have 2 wins and 2 losses on the season. Man, this is going to be a tough game. Can Britton Deerfield stand up to the speed that I hear Sand Creek has this season? The Aggies are 2-2 on the season, and Britton Deerfield are 3-1. This is a tough one. Tough choice for me this week. My silence is saying a lot, but even though I think Britton Deerfield is having a really good season, my allegiance would be more to the Sand Creek Aggies, since I'm also an honorary member of the girls basketball team. So I'm going to go with the Aggies at home to get the victory this week. Next, we have the Summerfield Bulldogs. The Bulldogs have 2 wins and 1 loss. They are traveling to and playing the red-hot, undefeated Clinton Redskins. Now, there's a few things going on in Clinton this week that may affect this game. It is Fall Festival weekend, which is basically a total and complete holiday in Clinton. So it might be hard to find parking with the Fall Festival going on. But it says the game's at home. I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure. But anyway, there's going to be a lot of people there. Probably a lot of people at the game, too. This might even be homecoming for them, being that it's Fall Festival weekend. I'm not sure. But I've got the Clinton Redskins definitely coming away with the victory and continue to go undefeated this season so far. All right, next up we have the Onstead Wildcats. They have 2 wins and 1 loss, and they are on the road this week, traveling to and playing against the one, the only, the Columbia Central Golden Eagles. The Eagles have 3 wins and 1 loss. No question about this game this week. They are mad about losing that game last week. They come back this week with a vengeance and stomp all over Tecumseh. I've got the Columbia Central Golden Eagles. Let's go, Eagles. Up next, we have Hillsdale Hornets. The Hornets are having a really good season. They have 4 wins and 0 losses, and that's not good news for my buddy Rich Hallowell, sideline reporter Rich Hallowell, and the Hudson Tigers. The Tigers are 2 wins and 2 losses on the season, and have not been playing very good ball as of late. Hudson is at home, but they haven't been playing very good at home lately. Sideline reporter, again, I might as well just make everybody angry at me this week. Sideline reporter Rich Hallowell, who will probably be reporting in from the game if it is a home game, is not going to be thrilled with me, especially if he watches the show and sees that I'm going with the undefeated Hillsdale for the victory this week. I know, more hate mail. And yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm gonna be a hated host this week. I'm thinking by some teams. I still have my really strong supporters, but there's some people that are gonna be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" This next game is going to be a huge one this week, I think. And it's also your first 3-point bonus game. But that's not how we do things. No. Because we got to do it's first a 3-point bonus game. It's first a 3-point bonus game. It's first 3-point bonus game. Yes, it is. Nailed it. All right, we have the North Point Mustangs. North Point Mustangs have 4 wins and 0 losses. They are undefeated coming into this game. They are traveling to and playing against the 3 wins and 1 loss, the Lenawee Christian Cougars. I'm going with the Cougars for the upset. Go Lenawee Christian. And Melissa Morton's boys play for that team. So go Lenawee Christian. And we got Roger Schoonover joining us on the live Facebook feed right now. Welcome to the show, Roger. We are covering, if you haven't been with us the entire time, we are covering the high school football games right now. And that last game was our 3-point bonus game. All right, our next game, we have a team we've had on the show before. The Advanced Tech Lakers. I can't remember who they played in previous weeks, but they've been on the show before. They have 1 win and 2 losses. Could this be the week that Madison gets it done? They are playing the Madison Trojans. The Trojans have 1 win and 3 losses. Now, the big thing here we got going on, the big thing we got to talk about here is, and I have it on the sheets a little bit. You might be wondering what the heck I'm talking about. So we're going to explain what the heck I'm talking about right now. Madison is not, from what I've heard, is not playing their games at home this year because they are making repairs to the booths and everything out there on the field. And it's taking them a while to get that stuff done because they need to be it takes longer when they're putting in an elevator and stuff, I guess, making them more handicap accessible. So I don't know. For me, my thought was, well, why didn't you get this done when it wasn't football season? But probably you have to wait till the income comes in for it or whatever. I don't know how that all works. So Madison is playing their home games at Adrian College or Siena Heights College. I don't know which because it doesn't say that on the schedule area. So, yes, I'm sorry that I don't have that for you. Maybe if there's somebody that goes to Madison, they can tell you where it's actually going to be at, if it's at the at Adrian College this week or Siena Heights College this week. I find it interesting that they're playing on that field. Maybe they're not home this week. Or, well, even there are weeks that they are home. I find it interesting that they're playing on a team field that needs to be ready the next day for a game. So I find that part interesting. Both teams have losing records, and that comes down to what I usually say in these kind of situations. That this week, somebody comes away a winner. And that somebody should be Madison, hopefully. That's my vote, and I'm sticking to it. At least I'm not taking out the Madison folks this week. Up next, we have the Whiteford Bobcats. They have 1 win and 2 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the 0 wins and 4 losses. The Morenci Bulldogs have 0 wins and 4 losses. Not sure what's going on in Morenci. Whiteford used to be pretty good too, if I remember correctly. And they're pretty poor this year too. 1 win and 2 losses. However, is that weird? However, let's put it that way. I don't have any faith in the Bulldogs right now. They are 0 and 4. I don't think they're going to get the win this week. There we go. More hate mail. I'm giving the victory to the Whiteford Bobcats. I know I'm not staying local, but hey, I don't feel it. I'm not feeling it, Morenci. Till you prove me different, I'm not feeling it. Our last high school football game of the week. We have the Tecumseh Indians. The Indians have 2 wins and 3 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Ypsilanti Grizzlies. The Grizzlies usually seem to have a better season than this, that I'm aware of. They are 0 wins and 4 losses. Wow. I do believe this is the week that Morenci can go 50-50. I'm sorry, not Morenci, Tecumseh. Not Morenci. Scratch that. I believe this is the week that Tecumseh can become a 50-50 team. I'm giving Tecumseh the victory. Go Indians. All right, we are moving into college football action for our local teams. This is week 4 action for them, and it'll be week 5 action for our other games. So our first game, we have Trinity International Trojans. They have 1 win and 2 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the very strong Siena Heights Saints. The Saints are undefeated right now with 3 wins and 0 losses. This game kicks off at 12 p.m., but it's not a televised game. I got to go with the Saints for the victory. If I had to wager a guess, I would say the Madison game is being played at Adrian College this week, because we don't have an Adrian College game this week. This is a bye week for Adrian, and they're not on the schedule. So that brings us to our last local team this week, local college team, not this one. The Walsh Cavaliers. They have 0 wins and 2 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Hillsdale Chargers. The Chargers have 1 win and 2 losses. The kickoff for this game is 1 p.m., and this is not a televised game either. Not all our local teams. The Hillsdale and Adrian are really struggling this year. I'm hoping maybe they can get the victory against Walsh, as Walsh has no wins. I'm going to go with Adrian College. Oh, my gosh. I'm going to go with Hillsdale College. Chargers. Go Hillsdale. All right, next up. Win, lose, or draw, I will always and forever bleed blue. I am not jumping on the hype wagon that Coach Harbaugh has to go. I am not saying we are perfect or in great condition, because we are not. But I am also not going to sit here and diss on the coach and call for his head. I'm not going to be saying stuff like what they've been saying some of the non-loyal Michigan fans, or not even fans, just people out there calling for Coach Harbaugh's head, saying that the team has no passion or drive. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like hearing that crap. I'm not one of those kind of fans. I will always stick with my team. The team, the team, the team. It is Michigan football, everybody. One of the greatest colleges of all time, Michigan. That's right. I will stand forever and bleed blue, because that's you. Win, lose, or draw. Go blue. And that's the bottom line, because Coach Cole says so. But anyway, yes, we're coming off a tough loss. However, some are saying that Wisconsin is one of the teams to beat this year. And we looked bad. It looked really bad. It was not a great game by any means. We do have some banged up guys. It does not look like we have they're not. I haven't heard as of yet who the starting quarterback is going to be. I just know our backup got knocked out. He's under concussion protocol, so he will not be in the second position this week. So it comes down to the gosh dang it, his name escapes me right now. Our third stringer, Milton, I think. Anyway, some people are saying start him. Let him start. Give him the opportunity. There's nothing that can go, it's time to let him have a shot. And others are saying stick with what we do. And using the two system quarterback situation now, I think both guys are probably going to see action. It appears to me Harbaugh is sticking behind his starter. So I don't know if we don't believe in the whole benching thing anymore or what is going on there. But I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to be. So with that being said, we have the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. They have 1 win and 2 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the world's greatest college. That's right. I'm talking about those mighty Michigan Wolverines. The Wolverines are ranked 20th this week. They dropped in the polls big time, but they have 2 wins and 1 loss. And this is the week we come back, and we come back strong, and we fix some mistakes, and we get out there and play with the passion that everybody thinks we should play with. Talking about the hail to the victors, hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. Go Blue! I will never, ever pick against my Michigan Wolverines. You know why that is? You know why I would never pick against them? Some of you have no idea where I'm going with this. Because it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. Go Blue! Can you smell that? It's the fresh smell of a tailgate party with burning couches. We must be talking about the East Lansing burning couches, patent pending. They have a tough one this week. I could have. Well, no, I wouldn't have. I could have, but I didn't. And there was a possibility this could have been a 3-point bonus game for you guys. We have the Indiana Hoosiers coming into town up to East Lansing. They are 3 wins and 1 loss. Oh, man, I'm slipping. I totally am slipping on these games. I've got so much hype going with the Michigan Wolverines. This game is on kickoff at 12 p.m., and it's going to be on the BTN network, Big Ten network, for the Michigan game, 20th ranked Michigan. Because it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. Go Blue! 12 o'clock kickoff, BTN. All right, back to that smell. Smell of tailgating in East Lansing, burning couches. So we said the Indiana Hoosiers have 3 wins and 1 loss. They are traveling to and playing against the East. They jumped back into the rankings this week, folks, by the skin of their teeth. At number 25, the East Lansing Burning Couches have 3. All right, let me make sure I get this right. I'm all over the place with this. All right, 25th ranked. They have 3 wins and 1 loss also. Kickoff for this game is at 3:30 p.m. on BTN Network. I know they're not ranked, but I don't think Hoosier football should be underestimated either. And I'd like to see them get the victory this week. So it's kind of weird because you have you have Big Brother playing on BTN at 12 o'clock, and then Little Brother on BTN at 3:30. So if you're gonna decide to watch both games, you don't even have to turn the channel. I'm going with the Indiana Hoosiers. I want to see the East Lansing Burn Couches go down once again. Because it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. Go Blue. See, I just feel I feel dirty after I say the East Lansing Burning the Couches. I have to get back to the love right here. That's right. Go Blue. All right. Next up, this next game is for, I always put these on here for Bev Buer. And Bev asked me today, she goes, Coach, do you ever mention Alabama on the show? Well, yes, I do, because I put them on the sheet every week just for you, Bev. So we have the Ole Miss Rebels. They have 2 wins and 2 losses. But it doesn't matter what they have because they are rolling into the number 2 ranked, undefeated, 4 wins and 0 losses. We're talking about those Alabama Crimson Tide. I'm hyping it up just for you, Bev Buer. Just for you. Roll, Tide, roll. They easily get the win this week. I think, is this one of those, kind of like one of those mercy games that helps bring the other teams some money? I don't think Ole Miss has got any chance of winning this game against Alabama. If you're interested in watching this game kicks off at 3:30 p.m. and you can watch it on CBS. Just regular old CBS. And again, for these last couple weeks or these weeks, some of these games you might be saying to yourself, well, what makes him decide to pick and choose these games? Well, what I try to do with this stuff is I will I look at the AP Top 25 polls, and I look at the games that are televised, and I try to see which games look like the most fun out of the top 25 teams. And then I like to see a network that they're on that most of the audience might be able to watch. So that's how I've been picking some of those games lately. So next up, we have Mississippi State Bulldogs. The Mississippi State Bulldogs have 3 wins and 1 loss. This might be an interesting game. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about the Bulldogs. I just know they have 3 wins and 1 loss. They are playing the number 7th ranked Auburn Tigers. The Auburn Tigers are undefeated. This is your evening game Saturday. This game kicks off at 7 p.m. and you can watch it on ESPN. For people, because it's game on TV for people to watch, I hope it turns out to be a really good game. But the number 7, I don't see the number 7 Auburn Tigers getting upset in this game. I'm choosing the Auburn Tigers for the victory. All right, our next game. Now listen up, guys. I was surprised by this. If you're not going to be at, well, even if you are going to be at a high school game, we have 2 Friday night college games for you this week. For those who are not going to be out and about, might stay in. This first game is one of them. This first game is a Friday night game. We have the number 12th ranked Penn State Nittany Lions. The Lions have 3 wins and 0 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Maryland Terrapins. The Terrapins have 2 wins and 1 loss. Now remember, Friday night game. Kickoff for this game is at 8 p.m. and you can watch it on FS1. But it is a Friday night game, so no cheating on your sheets for those playing at home. I'm going to go ahead and go with Penn State for the victory because they are undefeated and ranked 12th. All right, our second game. If you're not at some high school after party or doing something with your families after the game is over, this may be the game to see for your late night Friday night game. I'm talking about the Arizona State Sun Devils. The Sun Devils have 3 wins and 1 loss. And they are traveling to and playing the number 15th ranked California Golden Bears. The Golden Bears have 4 wins and 0 losses and are ranked 15th in the nation. This game, again, is a Friday night game, and it kicks off. It's late, 10:30 kickoff, and you can watch it on ESPN. I want to see the upset here. I want the Arizona Sun Devils to win this game. Next game I have for you is the number 18th ranked Virginia Cavaliers. The Cavaliers are 4 wins and 0 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the number 10th ranked Notre Dame. Notre Dame has 2 wins and 1 loss. Kickoff for this game is 3:30 p.m. Saturday. This is back to Saturday games. 3:30 kickoff on NBC, and that's because NBC is the official Notre Dame network. I'm going with Virginia. I think we're going to give Virginia the upset over Notre Dame. $3:30 kickoff on NBC is what I said. All right, your next game is 3 points. 3 points. It's your second 3-point bonus game. We have the number 21 ranked USC Trojans. They have 3 wins and 1 loss. They are traveling to and playing against the number 17th ranked, the Washington Huskies. The Huskies have 3 wins and 1 loss. And that's why it's your second 3-point bonus game. Not making it easy for you guys this week. Kickoff for this game. Excuse me. Kickoff for this game is 3:30 p.m. and you can watch it on Fox. Hey, my good buddy, my brother Reggie Grant is joining us on the show again live tonight as well. Hello, Reggie. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for joining in. Glad you could make it for part of the show. All right, so both teams have 3-1 records. USC was ranked 21st. Washington Huskies are ranked 17th. Oh, man, this is a tough one for me. All right, opening this one up to the floor of discussion for my 2 brothers joining me on the show right now. Roger Schoonover or Reggie Grant, who you like better? USC Trojans or the Washington Huskies? Both have 3 wins and 1 loss. I'm going with whoever you guys pick, assuming you both pick the same team. Reggie will answer me before Roger does. Roger's probably got the show on, but dozing off in his chair right now. What do you say, Reggie? And sometimes there's a delay. Oh, I don't even know. Just as I get ready to say sometimes there's a delay in the responses, Reggie Grant is going with USC, and therefore I am going with USC for the victory. Took too long for you to weigh in, Roger. Going with Reggie's pick. USC is our pick this week with a little assist from Brother Reggie. All right, and that was our second 3-point bonus game. And is that our? Let me see. Is this our last? Yes, this is our last college football game of the week. We have only 1 MAC game on here this week, and that's all right. 1 MAC game is fine because we have the Central Michigan Chippewas, 2 wins and 2 losses. They are traveling to and playing against Western Michigan Broncos. The Broncos have 2 wins and 2 losses. Kickoff for this game. This is actually gets a televised game. 12 p.m. on CBS-S. So it's a CBS Sports Network. If you get that, you might be able to catch this game. Gosh. I still like the Western Michigan Broncos, but I have a lot of love and respect for Central Michigan too, as that's where our Special Olympics are held. And their athletes are always there cheering on, and the football team I know is there cheering on. So what I'm going to do is, because I do like both these teams in the MAC conference. Again, Western Michigan because of all the stuff they've come through, and Central Michigan because they are a huge supporter of our Olympians, Special Olympians, and they host the Olympics every year for us. I'm going to defer my vote on this game and give up the point. Just because I like both teams and I can't really decide right now. Ooh, Reggie thinks So Reggie's going to give me his point of view on this, and that is very cool. And I'm going to put Reggie down for a vote on this one. Reggie says the Broncos have a slight edge. Reg, I love the interaction with you on the show, buddy. Thanks. I really appreciate it. Reggie's giving the Broncos the edge. We shall see. Reggie with the Broncos. All right. We are coming on to our final games of the week. We're moving into NFL football action. NFL game action week 4 for NFL action. And our first game. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. First game this week, we see Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs have 3 wins and 0 losses. Kansas City, one of the teams I really enjoy watching, one of the teams I really like, and it's because of Coach Andy Reid. Andy Reid has all my respect and love because they gave him the axe basically in Philly for no reason, as far as I'm concerned. Great coach, great person, has really turned around the Chiefs. Now, what's making this game really hard this week, if you're a Lions fan, which a lot of people that watch the show are Lions fans, they are playing the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions, they have 2 wins and 1 tie. They have played, however, I know you guys are going to either like me for this or hate me for this. Their 2 victories are against 2 teams that were badly beat up. Yes, they did. They got a Philadelphia Eagles win under their belt, but they were playing almost the entire second string because their guys were all beat up. I know, winning season so far for the Lions, as they are, like we said, 2 wins and 1 overtime. Kickoff for this game, by the way, is 1 p.m. on Fox. So, all right, here comes the disappointment in the Lions fans. I've been standing with and supporting my Lions, even though I talk about realistically how their victories have come from broken up teams. I honestly don't think this one's even going to be close this week. Another brother of mine, Steve, was talking to me about that online. He thinks it's actually going to be a close game. I don't. I have a feeling Kansas City is going to come into this game and just put a can of whooping on us. And yes, so Reggie, who's a huge Lions fan too, is being very much realistic. He says, sorry for Lions. Chiefs offense is awesome with Patrick Mahomes. And yes, I have to agree. I have to agree with Reggie on this one. I don't think the Lions stand any chance of winning this game at all. It's going to show them that they really haven't played top potential teams yet. I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs for the victory, and I'm considering not even going to be a close game. And yeah, I there's nothing more I can say about that. All right, our next game, we have the so very disappointing. There was so much hype and the potential for this team this year that I thought, well, maybe they'll do all right. Maybe they'll be okay. But to this point, I mean, they got a heck of a new quarterback. That guy is pretty awesome. I do like him. Mayfield it's got some incredible talent. And his TV commercials are hilarious. If you haven't seen them yet, I think you might be able to YouTube them. But one of the commercials, I'm talking about the Cleveland Browns right now. One of the commercials, he's out there trying to start a push mower, and it's hilarious. And the guy who has the actual giant mower is just standing there watching him in amazement. And he goes, and he can't get it started. And the guy goes, I could help you with that. And his big line, and I have heard that he has done a lot of research on the history of the Cleveland Browns, and he loves the Cleveland Brown history, respects the legendary history of the Cleveland Browns, because those of you who haven't been around super long or might not even know this. This isn't the original Cleveland Browns. The original Cleveland Browns moved. So these guys became an expansion team, Cleveland Browns. So the new Cleveland Browns inherited all the heritage of the old Cleveland Browns and became the new Cleveland Browns. That sounds confusing. But Mayfield is a very funny dude. And I love and another commercial, he's at the Power Box, and I think it's with his girlfriend or his wife, is trying to fire up a smoothie machine. And so he's at the Power Box trying to find the right switch, and he keeps saying, is it that one? Is it that one? Funny commercials, funny guy, heck of a football player. However, he has not been able to turn the Browns' luck around. They have 1 win this season and 2 losses. They're traveling to and playing a pretty darn good team. And I'm talking about the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens have 2 wins and 1 loss on the season. Kickoff for this game is 1 p.m. on CBS. So I do think this one will probably be, I don't want to speculate on that because that may not be true either. I don't feel like the Browns are going to have what it takes to get past Baltimore this week. I'm going to go with the Ravens. Even though I like the Browns now. I like their team. I got to go. I just think it's going to be too much for them. Ravens for the win. Next up, we have the New England Patriots with Tom Brady. They have 3 wins and 0 losses. And they're playing against the also undefeated Buffalo Bills. Has 3 wins and 0 losses. This game kicks off at 1 p.m. and could be on – it's going to be on a CBS. Oh, Reggie with the upset this week. I'm going to mark that down, Reggie. Reggie disagrees and thinks the Browns can get it done this week. Wow. Maybe I better go back and look at this, break this game down a little more. I was just basically going by records. But, I mean, I would like to see Cleveland win, honestly. I like Cleveland now. So, yes, I would like to see the Browns win. So, Reggie Grant with the Browns with the upset. That is Reggie's upset special of the week, we're going to call it. Anytime we call out a game that we think somebody's going to upset somebody, it's our upset special of the week. That's what I call them anyway. And so that's what I'm calling Reggie's. It's Reggie's upset special of the week. All right, so we are on to the New England Patriots Buffalo Bills game. Both teams are 3 wins, 0 losses. Kickoff 1 p.m. This is going to be on CBS, but it's not our local CBS. So I'm sure our local CBS should be carrying the Browns game. With my Go Blue connections, nothing more to be said, but the Patriots get the victory on that one. All right, our last football game on the schedule this week. And some of you guys might be like, geez, how's come he picked these games? Well, so with my students in my classroom, they went through and they told me some of the NFL teams they like and some of the teams they're rooting for this season. So I tried to put some of the teams on there that they mentioned. And so that's why I'm going with some of these games so they can see, they had a say in some of the teams. So this is why we have the Carolina Panthers have 1 win and 2 losses. And they are traveling to and playing against the Houston Texans. Oops, sorry, held the logo upside down. The Houston Texans. The Texans have 2 wins and 1 loss. This game kicks off at 1 p.m. and is also on the Fox cable network. So, but it's not local because Fox will be carrying the Lions game. Carolina Panthers, this time has kind of come and gone, unfortunately. I'm not saying the Houston Texans are a great team, but because they have 2 wins, I'm going to give the Texans the victory in our final NFL action game of the week. All right, that brings us to the big NASCAR race this week. It is the Bank of America Roval 400, and it's at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. What is it with all these crazy names for these races anymore? It is a Sunday race, 2:30. And you can watch that on NBC. So a few stats I have for you guys. The number one, the top 10 in NASCAR right now. Top 10 NASCAR racers. Martin Truex Jr. is number 1 with 2,141 points. Kevin Harvick's number 2 with 2,120 points. Kyle Busch is number 3 with 2,117 points. Brad Keselowski is number 4 with 2,106 points. Danny Hamlin is 5 with 2,105 points. Number 6 is Joey Logano with 2,101 points. Number 7 is Chase Elliott with 2,088 points. Number 8 is Kyle Larson with 2,006 points. Do I have a number 9? Number 9 is Ryan Newman with 2,065 points. And number 10 is Ryan Blaney with 2,059 points. Those are your top 10 NASCAR racers by points right now. And I usually always vote for Kyle Busch or so the running joke over the years is before I really didn't cover NASCAR all that much on the show. And then people started asking us to cover NASCAR on the show. And I'll be the first to admit, it took me a while to get into this because I never was that huge on NASCAR. So me and my buddy, my brother, Reggie, what's Reggie got for me? He would rather talk about, yeah. Well, Reggie, the Tigers, we do have some news coming up about them. I'll tell you before you have to get going. Congratulations to the Detroit Tigers for coming in dead last this season. Yes, the Tigers have sealed the deal for the number one pick in baseball this year. Whoever's coming out number one in baseball is going to be so excited to be joining the Detroit Tigers organization. So there's your Tiger news. But we're not going to get into a lot of news this week on the show because the show is already running an hour and 10 minutes. I usually try to keep it at about an hour and 15. But Reggie, I did hear too that we're not sure who's doing quarterback this week for Michigan. So there's some other news for you. Other than that, I'm going to stop the show right there for this week. But you can always go to the Facebook page and get more information. This week, I don't know why. It took a little longer for my picks and ran over. And so I'm not going to drop a bunch of facts down for you guys. You can check those all out on the Facebook page if you are on the Facebook page. If not, you can also follow us on Twitter at Sports Frenzy 1. We are on Instagram at Sports Frenzy 1. And if you want to go back and rewatch the show, you can do that on the Coach Cole Sports Frenzy 1 YouTube page. Those are all the ways you can go and check out the show. So lots of things on the Facebook page. If you're not a member already, ask to join and I accept you. And then you basically, once you do that, you become part of the Sports Frenzy Nation. And as a member of the nation, that gives you the right to post things on the Sports Frenzy page. And I love fan interaction because I work all day, so I don't always get a chance to post breaking news and stuff. And there's always somebody on there for me that has posted something breaking news or whatever. All right, you guys. So have a great week. We'll see you back here again on some of you will see on Sunday when we do the weekend wrap up. Others will see the full version of the show again and the following Friday. I'm the coach. Be blessed, everyone. And we'll talk to you again real soon.